Hello, this is Goda. Welcome back to Feed the Beast Interactions Remastered. Last time what did we do? We made the Bucket of Liquid Death, which I have now put in our basic work table, and we are preparing to make our 10 Nether portal blocks. But before we're going to be able to finish that, we're going to need 10 thaumium plates, which I've already set to cook up in our, what's it called over there? Our bending machine. Then we're also going to need 10 steel plates, which we don't actually have, so let's just, like, I don't know, let's just make a bunch of steel plates. We're going to need those. Do we know how to make steel plates yet? Steel plate. Nope. Probably should be something that I teach to our, automated logistics system there, because we do going to be needing a lot of that. Alright, let's go. One steel plate is made with one iron ingot and throw it in our bending machine crafting manager. Alright, and now I can do it. But for now, I'm just going to throw that in there and collect them here once they are all done. And this quartz is still processing over here. So just toss the quartz around here and there. We're going to have a lot of quartz slivers to work with in the crucible once we actually are using it more. If we end up using it more. Whoops, I didn't mean to unbookmark that. So the next kind of major thing we're going to need for the Nether portal is going to be these gold nuggets and not gold nuggets. What are they called? I'm just washing more quartz over here so that I can sift while we are working on stuff. Feathers. That's what we're going to need, the feathers, yeah. So the feathers are actually kind of interesting because we could be using mana to make them. Yeah, that's interesting. But we could also be getting them from ground traps, and then otherwise, the only other option we'd really have to get them is to go find and kill chickens. And, fire, get out of here. We haven't really seen much in the way of chickens. In fact, I feel like we've only been seeing sheep, really. So we might need to figure that out at some point as well. Dump all this stuff in here. Alright. But let's see. What do we want to do for chickens, I guess? There's one thing we haven't really done, explored yet, which is actually smart chickens. So smart chickens are a way that we can use chickens to get a lot of various resources. So if we go into our chicken chapter, there's actually an entire chapter about it. There's something called the chicken catcher that lets us turn a chicken into a smart chicken. And wait, does that let us turn a chicken into a smart chicken? I'm not sure, actually. But for that, we're going to need an egg, and we do have an egg. And if we're going to go with this method of... Well, we're also going to need some more gold nuggets, too, for the angel blocks. Let's just throw a pile of gold nuggets into our alloy smelter with the nugget mold, which is already in there. Nice. Let's get a chicken situation going over here. So we're going to have a chicken catcher. So for that we need a feather and a stick. I'm just going to go ahead and do it in this crafting table. So there's our chicken catcher, and that gives us a spawn chicken. And then we can spawn our chicken, and then we can turn it into a chicken. That is not how I seem to recall this actually working. How do we get smart chickens? Smack it with a book. Oh, okay. Book. Do we have any books laying around? We do, in fact, have 6 books laying around. Okay, well. Let's go ahead and make our first smart chicken then. So let me put this chicken back down, and now it's yellow. Okay. And there we go, smart chicken. And now we can pick it back up. There we go. We have a smart chicken. And can we make another smart chicken? We're gonna need chickens for that, I guess. Let's do these quests over here really quick. So, roost. That's a lot of hay bales. Okay. Wait, what is this? Impossible quest? Wait, how did I get onto this chapter? That's weird. I got into a chapter I shouldn't have been able to get into, apparently. Anyways, Roost. Let's go ahead and bookmark some of these, and we're probably gonna want a good hand. Hang on, I just got there again. What the? I just pressed 1 to get here. I guess it gives you a certain chapter, and there's a quest in here. This quest should not be completed, and it is used to hide other temp disabled quests. Okay, well, I'm not gonna mess with that. I don't want to break my quest book. Let me go back to the chicken chapter. And do I have roost bookmarked? Yeah, I do. So hay bale, we're not going to have any of those, but we can make them with wheat and strings. Or just in a packager with no strings, but I feel like string is probably cheaper than a wheat, considering how easy it is to get from our sheep. Where's our wheat? I feel like we had more wheat than this, but sure, let's just make what we can with that stack of wheat here. And just going to borrow this crafting table again. 9, that's going to be enough for 3 roosts, so I think that is fine for starting off. Let's go ahead and do our roost recipe in here. We don't have our wood planks in here, right? Which wood is this using? The birch, I guess? Yeah, it did use the birch, okay. Just double checking. Okay, so from our roost we get more eggs, and then we're also going to want a roost collector. Are we going to want this, though? Honestly, I don't know. Jury's out on that. Chicken breeder. Oh, yes, we do want one of these. I guess I should have saved some hay bales for that. Let's get another 27 minus 2, so 21 hay. Make another one of 3 of those. And then now we can make a roost. Chicken breeder, rather. For the string back, we need wood. Let me go get some more wood from out here. Just get more than I need because we always are in need of wood and seed. Okay, chicken breeder. Now the purpose for chicken breeder is that we can... Where are we going to have our chicken stuff? We can have it out here for now. How this is going to work is that we're going to feed some chickens some seeds, and then they are going to make new chickens. And the new chickens will have a mix of stats from their parents. So they like inherit the stats of their parents. I guess let's just surround them with other chicken roosts, sure. And with that, we will be able to get very powerful smart chickens. But the reason we need smart chickens to be powerful is because we are going to need, for making most chickens, we need to use a smart chicken with 10 growth, gain, and strength, which is like the maximum stats. And that's what we need for most of the chickens that we can make. So here's another one. 10, 10, 10 chicken, another 10, 10, 10 chicken. So we're going to need some 10, 10, 10 chickens before we can even really do anything. So we're going to need now another chicken, and the only way to really get a chicken is to either find one in the world or throw eggs in it. Eggs, and spawn one. So let's go ahead and fail to spawn any chickens. Cool, love that. We have 8 more eggs. There we go. And, okay, well, now we have a chicken over here, but it's a baby chicken. Might take a minute for it to grow up. Can we work on anything else while we wait for this chicken to grow up? And then also, maybe should I tie the chicken to something so it doesn't run away? Here, I can feed it seeds to make it grow faster, right? Yes, but... seems that it might have diminishing returns there, so... I don't know. Let me get more seeds and try with more seeds than that. Also, let me get these candles out of my hand so I stop dropping them everywhere. Um, it does have diminishing results. I'm seeing it more clearly now that the number's smaller. Okay, well, adult in 50 seconds is not too bad. We can do some other stuff for 50 seconds. We can pick our experience farm over here really quick. We can stick those in the chest. We can go pick up our steel and thaumium plates. Set up our table over here. Thaumium and steel. And now all we need is the angel blocks to finish that off. We're gonna need a mana pool to actually use the eggs that we're generating. That's the whole reason we're doing this, is to make something to make the eggs with. Though now that I'm looking at it, I don't know that we can make the feather in... Oh no, you can do it in a... This is a mana infusion. Okay, so we can do it in a regular mana pool. So diluted mana pool, it's going to need marble slabs. And are we going to need marble pools later? Yeah, we will need marble pools, diluted pools for other kinds of pools, so maybe we want to make multiple. Let me look at quest rewards really quick. No, you know what? This gives us 4 mana, 4 diluted mana pools. They'll probably be sufficient to just do one. And then to actually make this slab, we are going to... We can use the luminous crafting table recipe. Yeah, that's fine. And let's turn our chicken into a smart chicken now. Come back here. There we go. Now we have 2 smart chickens. Cool. Let's put both of our smart chickens in there. Oh, and they gotta be in separate slots. And then let's just give them some seeds. And then while they are in there, let's go make our diluted mana pool up on our Astral Sorcery Island. I'm also just going to take a bunch of time in a bottle and just dump it in there to speed that up, because that's kind of a slow process. So this is a really good thing to use this for. And let's see, I need some marble bricks. We already have some here. Go ahead and do this, and we need our resonating wand. Uh-oh, where is that? We do not have our resonating wand. Here it is, okay. Let's take our sextant tool, that is an Astral Sorcery tool. Take it back up to Astral Sorcery Island. Oh, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing the places where we could find starlight ore if we went underground. Not overly concerned about that at the moment. Alright, and then let's make a diluted mana pool. Put our tools back in here. I don't think we're going to need them right now. And we're also going to need something to generate mana with. So our mana generation options are going to be... one of these two. Because most of the options are actually disabled. So one of them is going to need... Ooh, some interesting stuff here. Okay, iron plate, steel plate. Petropetunia, and then also the Dandelion, which I'm gonna be honest, like a previous playthrough, I used the Dandelion, and I was not particularly impressed by it, so I don't think we're gonna go ahead and use that one. I think we're just gonna stick with Petropetunia. So we might make one just for the quest. Actually, is this an ore quest? This might be an ore quest and might only require one or the other one. It says, like, Dandelion is by far one of the best mana generation options. That's true in regular Botania. In this mod pack, it is not true. It is very far outshadowed by the Petropetunia. Alright, so we do need 2 white petals specifically. We need a white tulip. Oh. And then Phyto Growth. Phyto Growth is easy. We can just make that with slag and some other stuff. Charcoal, saltpeter. I'm not sure that we have saltpeter, but we can probably figure that out pretty easily. Let's get our other mana pools as well. Oh, and we're also we will need a mana spreader now that I'm thinking about it. We will need this mana spreader to be able to get the mana out of the Petropetunia into the mana pool. Okay, we got a lot to actually work on here to get this setup working. Let me get rid of some of the stuff in my inventory. This is magic. Magic buckets can stack. Obsidian and golden nuggets. Let's see here. There's the 80 gold nuggets we need for our angel blocks. And then really we just need the feathers to finish those off. Do we have something to make this? Saltpeter or apatite? No, it's looking like we are not having those. We do have the plant balls for that one recipe, but the saltpeter and apatite are kind of what we need to make this. How can we make some saltpeter? Can we make it with anything, or do we have to go mine it? Let's see. Chemical reactor with chemicals we don't have. Soul sand. Adenosite. Oh, hold on. We can get some adenosite dust. Adenosite is a... andesite. I was saying it wrong. Andesite is a vanilla mineral rock. And we can grind that up in our input bus here. Can we wash more quartz and put more quartz to sift as well while I'm over here? What did I do with my other purified quartzite ore? I guess I must have put it in here. So here is our adenosite dust, and we should be able to, what was it, centrifuge this? Go in our centrifuge, and that gives us a saltpeter. And what else do we need with the saltpeter? 2 pieces of wood pulp or sawdust, which we actually have right here. Get our saltpeter, and then we have slag out in the barrel out there. Not the barrel, the infernal furnace output chest. We have some slag. And that's going to be our phyto growth. Run all the way across my house because I don't have more charcoal somewhere. Should I have made a different recipe? Ooh, I probably should have used the charcoal dust, huh? Whoops-a-daisy. Oh well. Yeah, oh well. Where do I put this? I don't really know where to actually store this for now. I only need 1. Do we have white petals? We only have 1 white petal. Oh, uh-oh. So to get more white petals, we can use mana with shears and white flowers. Or I can use chemical bath with mana to get white petals. Oh, that actually duplicates the petal. Interesting, okay. Pure daisy gives us a white petal. Okay, let's go ahead and... Does this recipe also exist for other blocks? No. Okay, so we're not actually going to have access to these flowers right now. We're going to need to go source our own white petal. Does Valley of the Lily work? Valley of the Lily is not an option for white petals. So what are our options for white petals? Plant white. Plant white. So we could use this one. Yeah, that would work. We do have some of that, but let's see if we have any of these options here first. Worst case scenario, I know where some garlic mustard is, and I think... Oh, wait, what did I press there? What is this? I pressed N, and it pulled that up. What mod is that? Sorry. Key N. Edit NBT. Oh, no, we don't want that at all. No, this should just not be enabled. Okay. There we go. Okay. And we're gonna need a white tulip anyways, now that I'm looking here. Where are we gonna find a white tulip? We don't have any kind of tulip, do we? We have orange tulip, and we only have one. This is gonna be problematic. And red tulip. Yo, can we change, perhaps... Here's an idea. Can we use the Philosopher's Stone to transform flowers? Where's the Philosopher's Stone? It's in my inventory. Okay. Philosopher's Stone, do you work on flowers? You do not. That is unfortunate. Okay, so we can transform flowers with this alchemy catalyst, but we don't have like the stuff we need to do that with. It basically just cycles through all of the vanilla flowers. Yeah, that'd be useful, but like we can't do that. Okay, we're gonna need a tulip regardless, so need to figure out how we're gonna get a white tulip. Um, I guess what biome do white tulips spawn in? Biome do tulips spawn in? Tulip, non-tulip, in plains. Plains biome, huh? Okay, I think earlier we were considering that we have to go to a plains biome. I think we're gonna have to like go there sooner than later, to be honest. Like now-ish, just for flowers. Before we do that though, let's go over here. And we have new upgraded chickens. So we have a 3-2 chicken, 3-3-2. We have 3-2-2, and we have 2-3-2. So this one's the strongest of the bunch. And the other one, I'm just gonna put like the other set there, and this chicken's gonna be weaker than whatever they make, most certainly. Can we do something with these chickens? These all require the 10-10-10 chickens. We can cook them. I think the only thing we really have to do is with them is cook them, but I can also put them here and just have them generate some eggs. It's not going to be quick, but it's going to be something. Go ahead and accelerate these chickens a little more. Oh, they're going significantly faster here. Hang on, actually, let's go ahead and just breed these up since we just dumped a whole bunch of time in a bottle over here. And every time it makes a new chicken, I want to take the new chicken and put it in the slot of the chicken breeder to speed it up. So swap the left slot, right slot. Okay. I'm gonna do this one more time just till we get a max stat chicken. There's a 10-9. All right, 10-10. All right, and another 10-10. So now they should only be making 10-10 chickens. And the more chickens we put in here, they breed faster because physics, I don't know. Oh, and we ran out of seeds. Uh-oh. Let's go get some seeds really quick. Okay. The time in a bottle ran out, but it's going quite faster now, so we are gonna just go ahead and roll with those chickens over there. And I am just going to really clumsily... Actually, we don't have to clumsily juggle these. I have my satchel here. We're going to go ahead and send these chickens to be cooked. I know they are smart. They might be sentient, but, sorry. Yep, I did indeed hear it get cooked. So Infernal Furnace is going to eat all those up. Really sorry about that. Any chicken enjoyers should look away right now. That was brutal. All right, we have more of these. Now we can finish our quest as well. Oh, we get a bunch of hay bales and a chicken sandwich. Oh, see, even the game has a dark sense of humor. Go ahead and eat that right now. While these are continuing to make more chickens, let me actually just finish filling it in. These are going to be the chickens that we use as a base for everything, so we can't really have too many of them. Yeah, these smart chickens haven't made anything, and look how much faster this one chicken by itself is going to be. Yeah, embarrassing smart chicken. Goodbye. Okay. And 10 chickens, even faster. Yep. That sure is some chickens generating there. Okay. Plains biome. So we had a tool called the biome nature's compass, and what is this currently pointing at? Ice? Nah, let's just search for plains. Regular plains. Actually, is there any kind of flower? There's a flower forest. There is a flower forest. Let's go to the flower forest because coordinates 21, 1011. Okay, so that is basically just going to be straight south up here. In fact, it's going to be straight south across the ocean, so let's go grab a boat. Flowers are going to be annoying if we don't go and collect them because this is actually the second thing we've needed flowers for. And yeah, I would like to not get stuck on having to run out into the world to find flowers constantly. So here we go. And I'm going to just go ahead and cut a little of this out while I'm running, so I'll see you in a minute. On my way here, I saw some chamomile. Wait, chamomile we cannot use for white petals, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. I thought this was garlic mustard. Here's garlic mustard. Okay. There we go. Get some garlic mustard. We can use that for the white petals. So that resolves the white petal situation, but we still need tulips. So we still need to find that flower forest and hope that it has tulips in it. So yeah, I will continue off camera for a bit. We're getting to the ocean here momentarily, and that's where we're going to be just kind of driving our boat across the world and see what's on the other side of the ocean. See you in a soon. Some unfriendly creatures here in the middle of the ocean. I also remembered that we need to grab some buckets of oil to make this flour, so I'm just going to go ahead and let's kind of try to swing our boat into one of these and just grab a few buckets. Okay, yep, 3 buckets, good enough. Let's get out of here. Oh gosh. Don't come after me, please. Thank you. Okay. And we can put those in our satchel, clear up some inventory space. Why did I make a dropper? I feel like I was gonna do something with a dropper and I don't remember what. I have no idea why I made a dropper. Okay, well, anyways, yeah, this is actually going pretty quickly because boats are pretty quick and we're not running into any scaries in the ocean. There can be like sea serpents, which are kind of scary. Yep, no sea serpents in sight. And we are coming up on land pretty soon here, actually. So I'm gonna just cut the rest of the boat trip here and then see you on the other side here. Okay, here we go. A little bit further later, and yeah, this is definitely appears to be a forest of flowers. Um, Holy. Let's go ahead and tell our satchel to pick like these flowers up automatically, I guess. I'm just gonna break a bunch of flowers here. I really want the vanilla flowers specifically. So let's go ahead and tell it white tulip, red tulip, the azure bleu. I don't even know how to say this flower. Go ahead and toss those in there. Basically, any of the vanilla flowers I want my bag to go ahead and automatically pick up, and then I can just go over here and go crazy and like break all of the flowers. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's picking them up. I guess because I don't know why actually. Why it's picking them up. Maybe it's an OR dictionary thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and break all the flowers. Let's put also these type of flowers in there. Yeah, that did pick it up. Okay. All right. This is not really so much of a forest though. There's a lot of like grass, but not so much in the way of forest. Oh, and it's not picking up all the flowers. I'm slightly confused on how this bag is working, to be honest. Because it's picking up some of the flowers, but not all of them. I wanted ox eye specifically, and I haven't seen any ox eye yet, so I'm wondering if maybe ox eye is not an option here. Again, it's not picking up some of these flowers. Why is it doing that? I don't know. Alright. Pick up all these tulips. Maybe it's only picking up the tulips because it's like picking up all variations of the same flower. I definitely got enough tulips though, and I'm not seeing any ox eye flowers, so we might need to go again to a plains biome. Oh, it is getting dark. Let us get some torches going out here. I don't want to be around when the baddies start coming, but I do want to just come up here and see if I'm missing any kind of flowers. Yeah, there's like roses and stuff up here. I don't know. So no oxeye flowers. Let's go ahead and grab more of these flowers, and this is probably going to be good for us. Gotta kill a zombie because we can't, well, we can teleport with them next to us, but that's not really in the spirit of using the home teleport command. Alright, let us mass deposit some more. Oh yeah, we don't need the oil buckets in there. Alright, we got a good number of flowers out of that. Okay, so now we can make our white petals with... I'll just use the garlic mustard for that. And I don't think we have any crafting shears left, do we? Oh, we do still have crafting shears, okay. And there's still mana over here. Okay, perfect. So this should just make the white petals. Oh, and we need covalence dust with it. Okay, okay. Just go ahead and convert all of these to white petals. That should be fine. There we go. 11 white petals. So we need 2 of those. We have our phyto grow. Where is our phyto grow? I must have quick deposited it on accident. Yep, there it is. It's back in this chest. Alright. I feel like we don't really have any of the stuff we actually need to make this. Oh, we do have all of it, actually, in fact. Okay. So the dynamic tank block. You must be making this on the fly right now. Yeah, there we go. So we have 1 dynamic tank. And then the rest we need to actually put into the table over here. So let's take an oil bucket. What kind of tool does it need? Shears, okay. So we're going to need our shears back. This has water in it, that's why that didn't let me put the oil in there. So there's our oil. We are missing our tulip because I put them all away. Because of course I did. Why would I have remembered to bring that? And here we go. Petro. Oh, the shears. The shears, right. Got really confused for a second. Petro Petunia. Yay. Okay. And yeah, we can take either of these. We don't have to do both of these quests. So it was only one or the other. Okay. So now we need mana splitters. So we have our thing that can make mana. Now we need something to put the mana into. So we're going to use creosote oil for mana. And for now, I'm just going to... Let's do our Botania stuff over on this side. Kind of in this open green area. I'm just going to put this on the floor, and the Petro Petunia can take from any blocks that are like kind of down and under around it. So that should go ahead and start sucking creosote oil and creating mana. So the next thing we are going to need is mana spreaders. And we're going to need a good number of these, and I believe we also upgrade these to other kind of spreaders later. Hang on, let's see. Spreader. Elven mana spreader is completely different. Okay, so we don't need an insane number of these. let's just go ahead and make some glass lenses. Do we have some of those down here? No. Okay, so do we have glass panes? We do. Let's take a handful of those. I think like 4 mana spreaders is probably going to be sufficient for us. And we can use any kind of brass plate. Do we have brass plates currently? We do have 2, and then let's get 2 more brass plates cooking up over here. I don't think brass is like a thing that we use a whole lot of. That's why I'm not going to make a recipe for that to autocraft. There's our 2 brass plates, or our 4 brass plates. Infused wood. Okay, so that's just any wood in liquid starlight. So we're going to need 24 wood blocks. I'm gonna go grab wood from our tree farm. Hang on one second. I have too many flowers in my inventory. Let me deposit some in here. Nice. Okay. 24 blocks, and then we need wisdom wood planks as well. Can't we make wisdom wood planks? Hang on, I just saw it there. Wisdom wood planks is any plank in a mana drop, but can't we also just make that with wood? Yeah, we can do that with wood as well. Okay, let's take like half of these. Put half of them back. Oh, shoot, the freaking item sorter took them. Give me my wood. Okay. Fighting the dang item collector to try to get the wood from out of the farm. There we go. Jeez. Okay, so we need 24 logs, and the rest I'm going to turn into wisdom wood planks. So that's going to be 8 of these. So this is going to turn into wisdom wood. I really don't remember why I had a dropper in my inventory. Let me just, like, throw it somewhere, I guess. Really need to declutter my inventory a bit more as well. How many eggs do we have? Oh, yep, we have eggs. Yeah, see, once you get chickens going, they go crazy. Alright, we got our wisdom wood logs. Let's go put them in our cutting machine really quick. And that's going to give us the planks we want. Gonna accelerate that. We only need 16, so that's only going to be like 3 sets of these logs to be cut. And the rest we'll just cut just to be existing in a state of being cut. That was an annoying sentence to hear, wasn't it? And that should be everything we need to make the mana spreaders. Let's go back to our Astral Sorcery platform. We are kind of running against the clock here because, if possible, I would like to have everything we need to make the... No, we're not gonna make it, probably. It's gonna depend on how much moonlight we have available. I'm gonna go ahead and take my gold nuggets and obsidian up. But yeah, sunlight is coming now. We're not going to make it for tonight. It's going to be on the, kind of on the fence whether we have enough, moonlight up here to be able to make the angel blocks. But in the meantime, we do need to make some of these guys. Oh, we actually have some already, glass lenses. That's okay, we'll go ahead and make some more. That was the drill. There we go. Do I have the volume on this low or something? Why can I not hear this? There's supposed to be like a little noise while that's cooking up, and I can't hear anything. We're also going to need our reservoir to refill this as the moonlight depletes. Alright, another one depleted over there. Oh, don't tell me we don't have enough moonlight for that craft. What? Okay, let's go ahead and make our infused wood there. I guess we don't have enough wood, but we do have glass lenses already crafted, thankfully. Oh, why did I put all this in here? We need to make the mana spreader first. And I didn't take the... Are you kidding me? I left the wood down at the base? Oh, geez, come on. No, it's right here. Wisdom wood planks, okay. I was about to throw a fit there. I was sure I brought it with me. Alright, even though the sun is high, I guess we have enough mana to make this. How's our liquid starlight over here? Oh, pretty good. I threw some aquamarines in here earlier. Okay, I was able to make 2 of them with the starlight that's currently up here. But did I just not come over here and right-click that? Is that why it didn't craft? Am I bad at astral sorcery? Might be the case, actually, to be honest. Alright, what do these lenses do again? I think potency is what we actually want to use. That's going to make it suck in, shoot more mana at each operation. Alright, go ahead and finish this here, since those are the lenses I brought up, so I wanted to make at least 4 for our mana spreaders. But good to know we already have some over here. And that messed up our pool, but that's okay. Resonating wand, not resonating wand, reservoir. It's like almost the same word, right? This is the one here that's missing the starlight, so fill that back in, and that is ready to be used again. Alright, we're all done up here. Do we have anything we want to drop off before we leave? Nope. All of this looks like stuff I want to take with me. Oh, the obsidian. Hold on. The obsidian and gold, of course. Put the gold back in there, and we just need the feathers now. Alright, back to /home. And there's our mana spreader. Here's our diluted mana pool. We only need one more thing to get this working, and that is the Wand of the Forest. So for this, we're going to need a... I guess we're going to need crystallized mineral chunks, which we should have. And we're going to need wisdom wood sticks, which we can get by throwing wood in our sticks in our mana over here. That one is easy. Do we have the mineral chunks in the house, or do we have to run in? Might need to run and get them from our tree farm. Okay, let's throw our sticks over here. And then, what else do we need? Any petal. Okay. Alright. Crystallized mineral chunk. Thank you for your service. First time using this item this playthrough, I think. And it's a regular crafting table, so we don't have to go back up to Astral Sorcery Land for this. And we just need... Actually, we can do, like, any color of wand, I believe. If we wanted to use, like, a different type of Botania flower, I think. Do we have other Botania flowers? We might not. Oh, hey, we have a pink one. Let's do pink. Let's go. This better not mess up the quest. Never mind, that doesn't work. Okay, I tried, sorry. White petal is here. Sorry for chest spam, I forgot where it was for a second. White petal's here, and our Wand of the Forest, heck yeah. Flora Obedience Stick, I don't know what that does. Oh, I just looked it up. Apparently it's like an AoE Wand of the Forest. Alright, well, here we go. We can now hook this up to that. And, yeah, how does this work again? So this is hooked up to that spreader, but it doesn't seem to be accepting the liquid from this tank right here. It might not like this specific type of fluid tank. Does it have to be beside the Petropetunia? I thought it had to be underneath. Oh, there it goes. It has taken a bucket. Let us point the, okay, hang on. Bind mode. There we go. Okay, the Petropetunia is now empty. The mana spreader has delivered the mana into the mana pool. Let us put this down here. And does this work again? There we go. Now it's working. Okay, so that is converting our creosote oil into mana. Yay. And then we can turn eggs into feathers, right? Woo! Look at that. Go, go, feathers. Okay, well... we can only turn, like, so much at a time, right? That's how long it takes to actually generate that. I think we can speed up the Petropetunia, though, right? Yeah, that's definitely speeding up how much it's making. Looks like the mana spreader is getting a little overloaded there. Probably I'm wasting oil, so I shouldn't accelerate it that much. Don't think I can accelerate the spreader, yeah. Spreader does not accelerate. Okay, so the appropriate amount to accelerate it would be fast enough for this to be at maximum output. Oh wait, we got a... I forgot, we also get this Lens of Potency. We can slap this on there. Now it's on the front of that block. And it ever so slightly puts out more mana per operation now. Okay, there we go. Alright, well, we certainly have enough feathers now, so let's stop wasting all of our mana to make feathers. Let's go make what we're trying to make today already. Jeez. We only need 40 feathers. Only. Never mind. That's actually, like, a lot. I think it's so many feathers to encourage some kind of magical progression. Otherwise, you're going to be here all day waiting for that, waiting to get feathers from ground traps and such. Alright, and we can now make our angel blocks. Let's go. How many will it be able to craft in one go? I do not know. I don't know if we can actually speed it up either, because it might not have enough starlight to be sped up. I mean... it did finish the craft more quickly, but... honestly, I'm not really sure how liquid starlight works. I don't know if it's, like, power in a power thing. Like, power in, like, machinery. Okay, but we are now having our angel blocks, and what's wrong here? Oh, we need a hammer. Alright, here we go. Our hammer broke. That was anticlimactic. Hold on, sorry. We need a new hammer. Hold on, please. Is there, like, hammers that don't have durability? That'd be awesome. Whatever, we're just gonna make another cobblestone hammer. Because, they're cheap. It's just sticks and cobbles. Like, why not? Alright. 10 nether portal bricks. And we have unlocked the nether as well. What is that message? We have access to the nether. Your next step will be unlocking access to space with a guidance computer. Okay. I think getting access to the nether will also give us some new spooky monsters spawning. So that's going to be a thing to consider. Let's, where do I want my nether portal? I don't know. Right here seems as good a spot as any. Hopefully it doesn't spawn, angry mobs out of it. That would be lovely, right? To not have angry mobs spawning in our area. Alright, and I think we light it the same way with the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, there we go. Are we ready for the nether? I guess ready as ever. Here we go. First time in the nether. Alright, here we are. And it is already having a ghast shooting at us. Oh boy. And we cannot see it. I can shoot ghast balls back at it. There we go. Easiest return to sender of all time. Alright, so this is the Nether. It's dark. And we probably want to make fire resist potions if we're going to be over here a prolonged amount of time. But we are here in the Nether now. And I'm just cleaning up all these fires just so it's not super dangerous directly in front of our portal. Let's put some lights here. Alright, here we are. So why have we came to the Nether again? Good question. I'll figure that out in a second. Ah, yes. We came here for ores. So yeah, this is just telling us it's dark in the Nether. So there's new veins that we have access to here. There's hell bats apparently. Thank you for the hell bat. But why are we burning? I don't like that we just randomly burned for no reason. Did one of these plants set me on fire? I don't know. We have some plants from the plant mod. What the heck is setting me on fire? Regeneration, let's go. Okay. We have some plants from the plant mod. I don't know if that indicates ores like it does in the overworld. Not on this version of Interactions Remastered, so we're gonna have to kind of look around and try to find ores. But we do have a few ores that we're looking for. Zinc, sphalerite specifically, is going to give us access to gallium via byproducts. Alright, so what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna need various ores from the Nether. We're gonna need the sphalerite for sure. We're gonna need bauxite later. And having, I'm not sure that we really need Ardite and Cobalt, to be honest. Ardite is new, but Cobalt we've had for a while, so... what would we really do with Ardite? Ardite. We can make, like, tool parts with Ardite, but I haven't really been using Tinker's Construct tools too much. Okay, we would need it for some of the multi-block tools here, like the Infernal Deconglomerator. What is this used for? Deconglomerator. That lets us... Oh, it has to use, Oh, I died. And it put us back in the Void World. Interesting. Anyways, that looks like it uses life points to do stuff. Anyways, I think that's actually where we're going to go ahead and call it for today's episode. Next time we're going to make some fire resist potions, so we're not going to get blown up by a ghast in one shot again. And then we will... Maybe, I was looking at prospecting tools. This would actually be... Not this one. The low voltage one. This would be, like, an amazing tool to have, because this basically gives us, like, a UI of all of the stuff around us, and it is very accessible. I mean, it's an approachable set of recipes, that's for sure. Like 5 LV circuits and some batteries. What kind of battery do we have over there? I think we're just using a sodium battery. Yeah, we're using the battery that we have floating around is a sodium battery, so we would want to make some better batteries as well. That means we'd need a canning machine, we would need some lithium. Yeah, just a lot of fun stuff we want to do next time. So yeah, next time we are going to probably make one of these and go explore the Nether a bit more. So for now, thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Schedule's a little slower right now just because my backlog is all like caught up, and some due to IRL constraints, I haven't been having as much time to record, but we will see I might have some more recording time coming up, and then I'll be able to get the schedule going a bit more regularly. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, whenever that is.